Like, there's so much going on. Like, just to show you, like, how busy we are outside of the competitions, we're actively always trying to develop and make movies. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Kinolime end of the year podcast. It's sad, Danny. Like, this is end of the year, bro. This is it. This is our holiday end of the year wrap. You name it.
I'm so ready for this year to be over. It was a
dude's in a t-shirt.
I'm in a t-shirt. Well,
it's 25 degrees here in New York.
Yeah, I'm flying back. I'm not. I've closed there. I'm coming like this. No bag.
He literally has a shopping bag.
Yeah,
like,
that I'm not bringing.
Like King Cullen that he's not bringing. That he's going through airport security. But anyway, welcome. We're here today to first of all, we just want to say, like, from the bottom of our hearts, like, thank you so much to everyone that watches us and tunes in and supports Kinolime. Without y'all, we wouldn't be where we are. You truly are the reason why we're doing this. We say this week in and week out, but you know, when Oleg, our CEO and founder, wanted to build this company, it was truly about merging creative and filmmaking with the audience. Because, like, again, it's a novel idea. Like, why don't you ask the people who pay maybe kind of what they want? It's been a true blessing and an amazing experience for this year. So first of all, to everyone, before we start, thank you so much. Okay, there you go. A man of little words. But today we're just going to kind of have a convo about all things end of year. We're going to talk about what we did as a company, your favorite movies you cannot say one battle after another. And we'll talk about our first annual Lime list. Now, these are going to be the best screenplays we read from our competition this year in the feature film that did not get picked or even made it to the finals. Like, these are going to be the films, the screenplays that we think you should go home and read and maybe will into existence. I don't know. We'll see what happens. The power of the mind. Shall we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Let's talk about Kinolime. We had so much that happened this year. Let's roll back to January of 2025. We started our feature film competition 2.0. We had record number of submissions. I think somewhere in the league of, 3,000 submissions. Feature film competitions from feature film screenplays from all around the world coming in. You, me, Mira, our entire team read every single one.
Yep.
Narrowed down the list. That was an amazing experience just from a company standpoint to see the jump from 1.0 to 2.0 was incredible. What were your thoughts on that whole process? Because I was working you to the bone.
Yeah, I mean, it's great, right? At least for me, it's work I like doing, right? It's exciting and it's an immense privilege to get to read screenplays and work on movies and talk about movies as a job. Yeah. I could not ask for anything better. I think in terms of like the quality we've seen every competition is the more of these we do, the more kind of our name gets out there, the better stories we're getting. And we were already getting really strong screenplays, but we're getting more and we're getting stronger ones.
That's a great point. We did see a big leap in the quality of writing. And again, the first competition had amazing writing. I mean, we're making potentially 3 of those top 3 films in The Waif, Something Like Molasses, and Peking to Paris. But this competition, we noticed as the readers, the leap was there.
Something we hear a lot, which is a completely reasonable claim, is like, where's your guys' movie?
Yeah.
Right. And
it takes time, folks. It takes time to make a good movie.
Yeah, we've had so many chances to make something for 500,000, like spit things out and just make something to make something. Something that I think this year, especially as our slate kind of starts really moving along in a lot of ways, I appreciate more and more every day, is the immense patience and time we've taken to make sure we can make these scripts as strong as possible.
Yep.
Find amazing directors, not just kind of take what the market will give us in terms of making something that can just be made that maybe we don't think is as strong as it can. Like, kind of watching now at the end of the year, like a lot of these stories start to really emerge and like come into themselves.
It's like a fine wine. You just got to let it breathe a bit. It's got to find its way. I say this all the time in meetings, and Danny will back it up. Like, whenever we're potential producing partners, whoever, I always say we are story. We just are. We're going to sit and really hone in on the screenplay, make sure it's the best possible words on the page, not only for us making the movie, but for the audience and for the filmmakers. Like, we want to make sure that if we're going to take a swing, if we're going to make a film, like, do it right.
Yeah.
I always found that so odd as a writer when I would work with directors or producers, how quick they were to like just get something shot, in production. And I just was like, wait a second, if the words on the page are not there, like, we're going into a battle without a battle plan. It was just kind of odd, but that's something we do differently here. People have their own methods. So that took us through the first part of the year, and then we crowned our winner, Mob Mentality, which was like,
it's so great.
Such a great
Eric's
film.
so great.
Yeah, the writer, Eric Landau, you're the man.
Yeah, it's all
crushing
great.
it right now. Yeah. His rewrite is coming in even funnier than before.
Yeah.
So we have to look forward to that. So that's something I'm very thankful for is, we had some great, screenplays at the finals, but Mob was a personal favorite of both of ours. Yep. Won by you, the audience, that voted for it. So we're excited for Mob. Then we decided, hey, feature films always get like the sort of front and center. Why not short films?
Yep.
And after having a conversation with you and Mike Gabrawi, who's one of our consultants and dear friend, producing partner, he was like, shorts were the way to find and break directors back in the day. So we're like, let's hold a short competition. And like, that was insane. The response we got from the shorts, like, exceeded my expectation like tenfold.
Yeah, I mean, thousands of submissions.
Thousands upon thousands.
Really strong, writing all over the place. And it's short, so like it's a lot more digestible. And I feel like even as kind of like a reader or a judge for a short competition, it's a lot easier to kind of interpret shorts than like, say, the kind of rigid distinctions you have to make compared to a feature.
Yep.
Because like it's a lot harder to maintain a feature over 120 pages than like a great or a wonky 8-page short. So I had a blast, and
you loved that specifically. You were like devouring shorts, and then our winner, for
in the can already.
In the can, like Eduard already filmed the short.
Yeah,
we like announced it 3 weeks ago. Pushing Daisy will be coming to you at some point very soon, and that's exciting. So the short was done. One thing I do want to touch upon is from internally, our company, from the social media side, Cole League, huge shout out to you, busting your butt. If you haven't followed Cole, he's screenwriting in LA on his Insta handle, but we hired Cole as well to help with our social media, and we've crossed the 40,000 follower mark, which is like incredible. We started with nothing, I think, like when he came on board, like zero.
We started a new account. And
and like, so if you don't follow us at Kinolime Films on Instagram, Cole does an amazing job. He busts his butt every day putting out some great content, whether it's poster stories, like really in-depth stuff. Cole, you're doing a great job. So that was like really amazing to see. 40,000 followers. I think we're up to like 43 now, but it's crazy.
Yeah, it's fun. Cole shares something that we both share, and we all share here, which is like he's a guy that like jumps up and down and gets really excited about movies and story. And it's great to see that people see that and like want to see what he has to say and the kind of things we're doing. Great talent. Well, let's talk about things we're doing. Yeah. So we don't really share this much, but we're going to do it today. We're going to bring you inside the doors of Kinolime and tell you a little bit about, besides the winning screenplays, we call it a slate, what stuff in development. These are projects we've either optioned or investing in or teaming up with. And we just want to share with you just so you get a little insight to what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. So the first one, we know we have The Wave from last year, Adam Hampton's screenplay that has Stephen Fingleton attached. We have the final draft, just came in last night. Actually came in last night. Going out to cast top of the... Everyone's on break now. We're going out to cast top of the year. Like, we're going to film that in the spring. Like, that's happening. So excited. Yeah. Unbelievably excited to see what Stephen does with this, like, insane story that him and Adam have conjured. Like, I cannot wait. Gonna be amazing. Yeah. Then we have Mob Mentality, our 2.0 winner, which we've already mentioned. Eric finishing up his last rewrite. We're going to directors top of the year. Yep. So that's gonna be another exciting search. We did that with The Wave. We found Steven. I can't wait to see the comedy side. Who do you want? If you had to pick a comedy director right now that we're gonna get from Mob, who do you want? Man, that's so tough. Like, we're not gonna get him, but I think there's something, because it is really a cinematic film, but it's also inherently a dumb, funny, laugh out loud comedy that's premise is just inherently ridiculous. That kind of screams like Adam McKay to me, like 10 years ago. I would love, before he started making like these political dramas, like that was like my dream candidate. Yeah.
You know who I want? It's a shot in the dark Jonah Hill, because he could play the dad.
Oh, that'd be great.
You know what I mean? He can bring that. He was great in mid-90s, so I'd love to see him get behind the lens. But we have a list we're putting together. We can't really tell too much, but Mob Mentality we have. Next, we have from the first 1.0 competition, we have Something Like Molasses. We've attached to this year and have been working with Adze Uga from the famed Netflix series, which is the Game of Thrones of South Africa, Shaka.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen Shaka, it's incredible. Adze does a great job directing that, and he's on board. We have writers working with Nina, the winner, to sharpen the screenplay. But we have budgets going with our South African production partners. I mean, that movie's going as well.
Yep.
It's going to be exciting. I know that's one of your personal favorites.
It is. I love that story. Again, like the thing that kind of permeates, because we read more specs here than probably any other production company in America. I really don't think that's, for how small our development team is, like the specs per dev exec is off the charts. And I'll say like the thing that permeates between the stories we've talked about is like all of them elicited like real visceral responses while I was reading. Like I cried the first time I read Something Like Molasses. I laughed out loud throughout Mob.
We had our director and our production partner in South Africa, who was nominated, I think, for an Oscar in his career. Both said this was easily the greatest screenplay they read in the last 30 years. So from the feature space in South Africa, there's a lot of TV, not a lot of feature films, but this screenplay that through Kinolime we found said it was one of the best screenplays ever read. So incredible stuff there. Another thing we can't mention by name, but we have a Japanese franchise that we're working on that's big hit in Japan. We partnered with a major distributor, can't name it, but we're working on 2 movies simultaneously in terms of the script side. So that's going to be incredible. We can't wait to share more when that all releases, but that's something that we're so pumped about. It's going to like crush here. And then we have Falling Man. We teamed up with Neef Eichmann from, the Blackberry, the Red Violin, has done amazing work out of Canada. Amazing 9/11 story that we got the highest funding from the Canadian subsidies telefilm ever awarded to a feature film. We're teaming up. We're out to cast right now. We're literally making offers to leads for the role in that film. So that's going to be amazing. I don't know. Like, there's so much going on. Like, just to show you like how busy we are outside of the competitions, we're actively always trying to develop and make movies.
Yeah, the competitions are great, but inherently, like, at least the way I perceive them is like that is a lane for us to acquire screenplays. Like, the overall job is making and converting and executing the movies. But I think that's what actually makes competition so special is, again, we find great scripts from them. And
you get to vote. You get to pick out of those great screenplays what you want to see, which is still mind-blowing to me.
And, like, the first time we did it, truly, like, there was a part of me that I was like, okay, like, maybe this will, like, right when I started the company, like, this is cool, but, this is maybe whatever, like a one-off gimmick. But no, it works. Like, in terms of finding new voices and, like, truly original stories, like, the model has proven that, like, it really does work. And please keep sending your scripts and participating.
Because the model works. We read everything. And even though you didn't win, we have today, we're going to bring out there's the blacklist. We have the lime list. We're going to tell you 3 of our favorite screenplays that were not chosen to win or make it to the finals, that we thought were amazing and kind of blew us away. Mira, who's in Ireland at the moment, phoned in his thing, so I'll speak on his behalf. Perfect. But Danny, I'm going to let you go first. Out of the thousands of screenplays you read from Competition 2.0, what blew you away? What is the one that stuck out?
Yeah, there was one in our last feature competition, I remember I was reading in the library. There's a library near my house with like these just kind of gorgeous stained glass windows. And yeah, I'd read maybe like 3 features that day. I was not in a mood where whatever I read I was gonna like, and immediately the story just absolutely engrossed me. And I reread after I finished it. Like,
say the name. They need it. What's the name?
It's called The Seahorse.
Put it up here, Ron. Right here.
Absolutely,
The Seahorse.
Adored it. It's a story about. I think tonally it felt a lot kind of like The Holdovers. Like, it's a film that kind of hugs you and feels like a really, really personal story about 2 people kind of, you know, falling in love with each other in a way that's like not, you know, romantic. The
father and daughter.
Yeah, it's a story about a terrible father who was never a part of his daughter's life. Who, you know, he gets diagnosed, I believe it's with dementia. It's a story of them kind of forming a relationship as he slips away.
The daughter's tasked with taking care of him in this phase of life, and she's dealing with her own internal struggles.
Yeah, he was never there for her. She becomes his caretaker, and there's resentment, and again, like, they start to really care for each other, and right when they do, you know, he starts to really slip away. It's funny, it's beautiful, it's like written beautifully. It's like a really, really confident screenplay. I love it. You should read it. If
you want to read it, go to Kinolime.com, sign into your account or create one, and you can read our backlist of screenplays. This is really one that you should study. It's just fantastic from a structure standpoint to a character arc. Mira, who works for us, who's based in Ireland, phoned in his Lime list entry, and it is The Mullers. And The Mullers is a throwback comedy to like the sorority college days. It's about a daughter who's like at college and it's parents' weekend, and in comes her dad, who's like wearing all black, very like Nietzsche-esque in terms of like philosophy on outlook on life, very down and dour. It's a little cliche on the German side, but it's super, super, super funny. And he raves about this constantly. It's got all the quirks about father and daughter kind of bonding over like different perceptions of life, but it's a comedy that takes place over a parents' weekend, which I always love films or stories that take place over a short period of time, whether it's a night, a week, and a year.
You're a Linklater guy.
Yeah, I know. I'm a Linklater guy. So The Mullers is coming in the Lime list, and the third spot for the Lime list on my favorite screenplay that I always think about is it's called Dork, D-O-R-K, Whore. Yes, Whore. Written.
How do you spell that one?
I'm gonna, W-H-O-R-E. Dork Whore, and a hysterical road trip of sorts. It's like takes place over a period of time where this young woman who leaves the military goes on like a European, South Asian excursion to find herself, but it's like written in such a hilarious way that only just can grip you in by someone who's probably lived that experience. I got to find out if, I don't want to name the author, but if she was like doing that, but it's super funny, excuse my language. It's about this girl who's trying to like get laid on her trip across South Asia. And it's just got all the feels, all the goosebumps, everything you want in sort of a coming-of-age film set across a road trip. We don't make road trip movies anymore, so that's my entry into the Lime list. So we have The Seahorse, The Mullers, and Dork Whore. So, next year we're going to have maybe 10 on the Lime list. We're going to grow this thing out. It's going to be great.
Yeah, and like all 3 of those movies are about young
screenplays.
Women. Oh, yeah, screenplays are
not
about
yet movies, will be.
Women, like, in one way or another.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize. That's amazing.
Their identity.
Look at us.
So I guess, that was something I guess we were
thematically, the universe, just I guess we like all gravitated towards.
3 young women trying to find their identities. Like, these stories
I didn't really think about that. Isn't that interesting? That it hit us. Yeah, amazing. But again, thank you to all that voted. It couldn't have been made possible without your work, your hard work, your dedication, everything that you give to Kinolime. We're super, super thankful. I'm going to keep saying that through this podcast, how thankful we are, because at the end of the year, this is what I want to feel. But I want to talk about things we're thankful about. Yeah. Good cinema.
Yeah.
This year was a little meh, but there were some good ones. I know.
It was a great year.
Yeah, great year. If you cannot talk about one battle after another, I forbid.
I won't say a single word.
I forbid you. But let's talk about I want to do that. This is going to be Ron. We're going to do some We're going to the Danny's recap. Okay, Danny? You watch everything. Now, this guy literally watches everything, which is why I love having you around. But what are some movies that maybe weren't on people's radar that they should go see this year?
I have a list.
All right.
So I was thinking about this because I knew we were going to do an end of the year recap, and it's easy to do, a recap where you list again the movie that will not be named, Sinners. We had great Hollywood epics all year.
We talked about. Let's get to the point.
And I think I have a list here of like 10 movies that you probably didn't see, didn't get wide release that you really should. I think that there's a lot of merit to them.
Number
so
one,
I'm gonna rattle
go.
them off. The first one's called The Surfer. It is this Australian
Nick Cage
psychological nightmare on the most beautiful beach you've ever seen. It kind of plays out in a lot of ways like a movie I talk about all the time, a 60s movie called The Swimmer, about a man who's essentially like his American dream falls apart in the most beautiful kind of landscape you've ever seen. So Nick Cage absolutely kills it in this movie.
Again, he was like kind of starting to create up, but he was like kind of in like that Hollywood gutter, but like he slowly he's like ice picking his way up back
doing
to
great
like
stuff. Dream scenario.
Yeah,
this.
really, yeah.
I
know he's the Cage.
He's the man.
He's the Cage. All right, number 2.
Second one, I think I actually may have talked about it on this before. But it's getting some independent Spirit Award recognition, which is awesome. It's Carson Lund's Eephus, the purest baseball movie I've ever seen. If you love Field of Dreams, if you love stories about people having to move on subtly from relationships without knowing how to express it, if you love just beautiful movies that are really controlled and grounded in like the human experience, you'll love it. Great baseball movie, Eephus.
Number 3,
another one I may have spoken about. It's Universal Language. It's Matt Rankin's newest movie. It takes place in like mythical Iranian Canada, where again it's like if Wes Anderson had a baby with Abbas Kiarostami, who had a baby with like Aki Kaurismäki. It's just like really dry humor, and it's like the most beautifully shot movie of the year, the most creatively shot movie of the year. And it's a movie about how no matter kind of who you are in the world or where you come from, like we all kind of cross these like cinematic borders to experience life together in the movies. It's really beautiful. You'll have a great
go watch it.
Yeah, Universal Language. Number 4, I have Shishing So's Left-Handed Girl. I saw it at TIFF this year.
You love that movie.
I love that movie. It was edited by Sean Baker. She was incredible to me in college. She did like a Q&A about the Florida Project, actually, that she was a producer on.
Danny loves some Baker.
And I'm just so happy that, again, it's an amazing cast. Probably the best young kid actor performance of the year. Just this really incredible family drama that it's adult and distinct, and again, just a really great family drama that takes place in Taiwan. Just absolutely beautiful.
Number 5,
Jay Duplass's Baltimoreans.
Yeah, Baltimoreans.
Baltimoreans is awesome. It is a super low budget Christmas movie in Baltimore about a man who kind of starts to fall in love with his dentist as
great.
His relationship falls apart.
The Duplass, they got the sauce.
It's got a lot of heart. It's a fun movie. Again, it's like this year's holdovers. If you want like a Christmas movie to turn on next to the fireplace that'll make you feel good and you'll laugh at, Baltimoreans, really great.
6,
this is going to be like the most kind of prestigious director I speak about, but it's a movie no one saw, so I just have to talk about it again. It's Blue Moon, Richard Linklater. He has 2 great movies this year, one about the French New Wave, but Blue Moon really is like the best Ethan Hawke performance I've ever seen.
That's a hot take.
It is the most outrageously Linklater Ethan Hawke movie. The whole movie takes place in a bar. No one can shut up Ethan Hawke.
Nor do you ever want to. Let him speak. Let the man speak.
It's a 2-hour monologue about a man who really is saying nothing.
Yeah.
Because he's so afraid of who he is.
Yeah.
The minute you start kind of, I don't know, being like, okay, the shtick is over. This movie does something
Linklater is just such an amazing. I know he gets a lot of credit for his directing, but this is behind the screen.
Yeah,
this dude can write.
He
really
unbelievable.
Grabs you.
Yeah,
he always manages to impress me. Number 7,
I have Familiar Touch. It's Sarah Friedland's her first movie. It's a film about this old woman getting dementia and moving into an assisted living facility. Kathleen Chalfant. It's the best performance of the year, unquestionably. She's not going to get nominated for an Oscar, and I'm going to be very angry about it. But dementia through the perspective of someone experiencing it. Yeah. So empathetic, so thoughtful, really tight screenplay, and like just again, everyone is nice, and just another like sad but really heartwarming movie. Sad because of how nice everyone is. Yeah. You know, like everyone's trying their best. It's a really great film. You should see it. 8. Again, like I didn't do The Long Walk because it had a wider release, but this film gave me that vibe of like, wow, everyone in this movie will probably be someone. It's Alexander Ullum's debut. He's a young director. It's called It Ends.
Oh, It Ends. Yeah.
Premiered at South by this year. It's contained horror. It's essentially a horror hangout film in a car that can never stop running. So these friends go on a, drive to get some food. The road closes behind them. And they just
keep going.
They have to keep going.
Does not end.
People come to attack them from the woods if they stop.
Yeah, really great premise.
And it sounds like kind of a regular Tubi, kind of like, PVOD shtick movie. But it morphs into like this really fascinating story about like meaning. And again, it's the type of movie you could interpret in a lot of ways and talk about.
And road closures. Number 9.
Yeah. 9, another one I've talked about. Worth talking about again. Joel Petrakis, Vulcan Isadora.
Yeah.
The most just up, like, crazy, buddy comedy I've ever seen. Don't even want to talk too much about it.
Go watch it.
Just go see it.
Let's go on the last one. Number 10.
Number 10 is actually a film I saw with the man recording this, Tom, behind the camera. We saw this a couple weeks ago. It's a Kukuho, and it's like this Japanese epic about these two friends who become brothers who both have the same goal to become the greatest kabuki performer in the world in Japan. And again, like, it's just a multi-decade spanning epic about these two brothers' relationship to one another. And it's like really messy and complicated and beautiful. When Tom and I, it's the type of movie that when we got out of the theater, we talked about the movie for maybe 20 minutes without actually saying a word about the movie.
Love it.
Really, really great film, worth seeing. Yeah.
Check us out. We're gonna have the full list in the comments for y'all. And another thing I'm thankful for, besides you and everyone else, I'm gonna give a shout out to the crew behind. I'm gonna actually get up right now, and I know that you camera guys are gonna hate this, but I want to give a shout out.
Yeah, flip it around on these guys.
To the team here. Like that's Tom right there. Look at this handsome guy here in the booth. I can see Tom. It's okay. Tom, they can't hear you, but what are you thankful for?
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you for me. That's so sweet. Oh, there he is, Matty Dobbs. What are you thankful for this year?
I'm also thankful I found Kinolime this year.
Oh my gosh, they're getting raises. But I always want to give a shout out to the team that makes it all happen. And then Ron will edit this to make it faster. But again, just want to say from the bottom of our hearts here at Kinolime, thank you all. Again, without y'all, we would not be where we are. We would not be growing at the pace we're doing it. And the movies we're going to make in 2026 is just going to be incredible. And it's all because of you. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Happy holidays. Be safe out there. And we'll see you in 2026. Let's roll.
See you in 26.
Yep.